The Minotaur. The birth of the Minotaur. On the island of Crete, King Minos ruled with an iron hand and boasted of being one of the most powerful monarchs in the Greek world. However, one day he offended the god of the sea, Poseidon, and he decided to punish him with a monstrous son. Queen Pasiphae, Minos' wife, found herself in a difficult situation, having been cursed by the gods to fall in love with a divine bull. Desperate to satisfy her strange passion, the queen ordered the construction of a hollow wooden cow, inside which she hid herself. In this way, she presented herself to the divine bull, which, upon seeing the figure of a cow, did not suspect anything and approached to sniff it. The queen took the opportunity to unite with the bull, and from this encounter, a being half man and half bull was born, known as the Minotaur. His body was human, but he had the head of a bull and superhuman strength. King Minos felt ashamed to have such a monstrous son, and decided to hide him from the sight of the world in an underground labyrinth that was built for this purpose. The labyrinth was a structure of winding corridors and dead ends, designed so that no one could escape once inside. The architect who built the labyrinth was Daedalus, a very intelligent and creative man. Daedalus constructed an intricate and complex design for the labyrinth that would confuse any intruder who tried to escape. But after Minos discovered that Daedalus had helped the king's daughter escape from Crete, the architect was imprisoned in the labyrinth along with the Minotaur. Thus, the monster was trapped in the labyrinth, surrounded by stone walls and cursed to live there forever, feeding on the young men and maidens that his father demanded as tribute to the island of Crete. The birth of the Minotaur would be the beginning of one of the most fascinating and terrible stories of Greek mythology. The Labyrinth. The labyrinth was an impressive and mysterious construction, specifically designed to keep the Minotaur trapped and safe from the people who feared it. King Minos had entrusted the task to Daedalus, the most famous architect in Crete, who had designed an intricate and complicated labyrinth that seemed to have no end. The labyrinth was a network of narrow and dark corridors, with high and thick walls that seemed about to collapse. The walls were built with stone blocks placed one on top of the other, and rose towards the sky, blocking the view of anything that might be beyond. The design of the labyrinth was so complex that any intruder who ventured inside would easily get lost in its twists and turns. The corridors seemed to twist and turn without any obvious pattern, and the forks were so confusing that anyone without a detailed map would get lost instantly. The labyrinth was built to be impenetrable and, in fact, for many years no one managed to find the way out once they had entered. The walls and corridors were designed to confuse and frustrate any intruder, and the inhabitants of Crete knew that the labyrinth was the only adequate protection for the Minotaur. Daedalus had designed the labyrinth in such a way that the Minotaur could not escape, and had also ensured that no one could enter undetected. He had used ingenious traps, such as covered wells and secret passages, to catch any intruder who might have ventured into the labyrinth. Although Daedalus had built the labyrinth to protect the Minotaur, the architect also knew that the structure was extremely dangerous. The Minotaur was a fierce and savage beast, and anyone who crossed its path would have no chance of survival. Daedalus, being the architect of the labyrinth, also became the only one who could find the way out. But this made him a prisoner of his own creation, as King Minos, fearing that Daedalus could escape and divulge the secrets of the labyrinth, kept him captive there along with the Minotaur. The Tribute of Athens. For several years, Athens had to fulfill an annual tribute imposed by King Minos of Crete. The tribute consisted of sending 7 young men and 7 maidens from Athens every 9 years to be delivered to the Minotaur as a sacrifice. The Athenians feared the tribute and saw it as a curse, but they could not challenge Crete, as the military might of the Cretans was far superior to that of Athens. When the time came to send the tribute, the young men and maidens were randomly selected from the citizens of Athens and taken by boat to Crete. The tribute not only caused sadness in the city of Athens, but also generated great pain in the hearts of the families and friends of the young people who were chosen for sacrifice. But the tribute of Athens came to an end when Theseus, the son of the king of Athens, decided to confront the Minotaur. In the next video, we will be telling the story of Theseus and his confrontation with the Minotaur.